Oh, they're I guess they're rotating with Stanford right here on the water in the green boats.
We're going to have to point to where my action is.
If we have time, let's. Well, we don't really have time.
Not really. What's he going to do?
Yeah. So, no good view there.
Do we need him operating
Let's go camera to our host. Let's put camera on our host.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. We got some boats in the background.
Tell us what's happening, boys. Talk about the change of location.
Yeah, we're out here past Church Point.
No longer in Horseshoe Bend. We're now in the St. Mary's River proper. That way you can see. And so just around the corner, they move around here when the sea breeze is in. It's just a little bit better and a little more straightforward. We'll have some of the similar conditions from yesterday with some drag racing conditions.
It's definitely beautiful out here for sure. We had to cut off the live stream for a little bit to get out here on the water, so we did miss the flight, the last flight that went off. So let's just make sure we know who won those races. That was Boston College pulling out over Stanford, a huge race. BC was losing that race for a lot of the way around the racetrack, but they managed to put together a 1-2 on the last beat. Then we had St. Mary's beating Roger Williams at the finish line. And that was a foul called against Roger Williams right at the finish. So St. Mary's took that one, and then Yale just soundly whooped up on the Naval Academy with a 1-2-3 around the racetrack. So things are getting super tight in the standings. Yale is way punched out.
They're not so tight in the standings.
They are sitting pretty, I'd say. If you go to scores.collegesailing.org, you can watch it all, and probably those of you in the comfort of your homes, you get a piece of paper out, you might be able to keep track of who's doing what just as well as we are here on the water. But it's going to be a battle to get into the Final Four. St. Mary's is 15-6, and then right below them, BC is 14-7. So is Georgetown. So is Navy. So is Stanford. So any two of those four teams can make it into the Final Four still. And I'm not sure if St. Mary's loses their last race, maybe they'll be at risk as well. They might be exposed.
They'll be in some kind of tie that they don't want to be in.
Yeah.
I'm not one to be able to break those ties, but they're going to want to stay one race up. It's only going to give them, another race leading into the Final Four.
Yeah, and all you geniuses at home, if you want to post on the chat board, the comment section, who's going to make it, who's not, or what the tie breaks are in your opinion, we'll follow along. And, so if you got any tips for Nick and I, we're out here. We're thinking about doing some fishing, but we're going to try to stick with the sailing for the moment.
I was kind of anti-coverage from the water. I really liked our high view there, but now that I'm out here, how awesome is this?
Is that a flip-flop?
Maybe a slight flip-flop. I guess the grass is always greener, but it is pretty awesome right here.
Cool perspective. We're going to be able to really get up in the action here. Probably going to get to hear some stuff. I hope our mics will pick up the yelling from the kids and the communication.
Right up in the mix.
We'll have to be careful not to scream in excitement and distract them, some of the mark roundings.
Pretty short course now that we're on it. Just a nice racetrack we're on here.
Now, according to Chris Love on the old chat board and Ian Stork, they're saying that Yale has clinched the regatta. That's coming from the chat board, not from me, because they have one loss and there's only 4 races left for them in their whole regatta. So the most losses they can get is 5.
We're not going to call it here.
Other teams have 6. I think he's right. Ian says the Final Four will be Yale, St. Mary's, and then the winner of Boston College and Georgetown, and the winner of Stanford and Navy. So
he's studying along at home.
He's studying along. He's doing his finals at Dartmouth. I don't know how productive he's been the last 2 days. He's been glued to the live stream. But Ian Stork, thanks for the updates there. That's helpful information. So this BC Georgetown race and Stanford Navy are going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Ow. Oh, man, the race committee's like moving a little bit again. Anyway, first race will be BC in red, Georgetown in blue, and we think the winner of that race moves on to the Final Four. So thank goodness we made it out here in time. Credit to you guys.
Yeah, awesome job from our production team.
Dan and Kent. Kent don't care.
We had to abandon Colton on the rocks. I just don't think there's enough room for him here.
He looks like he's getting comfortable, though. He's got the tank on.
Although he'd be nice for just the background. Here, just a little stern bunny.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if we can take it. These drain plugs
Bill's
are getting
bunny.
dangerously low in the water.
Yeah. Especially once we get the umpire boats whipping around, and we're going to be in the mix.
So we have some pretty serious zoom on that.
Let's thank our sponsors.
Oh, let's thank our sponsors. Hey, I wore my Laser Performance shirt today. Laser Performance, thanks for sponsoring this live coverage, bringing on the great camera crew and production. And then
APS.
Yeah, this is the Annapolis Performance Sailing.
I bought this shirt at APS, these flip-flops.
So, yeah, thank you to our sponsors. APS is the bomb. There we go. Coming up on 3 minutes here for Georgetown and BC. What do you think our ideal positioning is here?
In between everybody.
We have the right to do that, right? Should we do it maybe from like I don't know. The bottom's always interesting here.
Well, it's always congested over to the right of the boat, so I'm thinking
hang off the pin.
Right off the pin.
Yeah. We are right in the thick of it here. Cool new perspective. We had that great aerial perspective before. Now it's not going to be hard to tell which teams we're talking about because you can see their pennies. We
see
can
the whites of their eyes.
We can, yeah, honestly. So we think the winner of this Georgetown-Boston College race makes it to the Final Four.
Ask the audience, do they like it on the water or on the land?
Yeah, you guys like it better out here on the water? I think it's nice, even.
Where should we do the finals from?
I don't think we're going to have a choice.
Let's find out what they think.
Okay. Yeah, if you have an opinion about how we're doing out here on the water, go ahead and put it on the chat board. I'm not sure if we have a lot of options.
I know I'm stoked to be on the water here. You can see the boat handling up close. We know exactly who the players are now. I kind of know their names. Don't have my list in front of me, but it's on now. We're inside 2 minutes, and the rules are on, and we're playing.
We're hearing that on the water is better, so good thing we're out here. And Johnny Norfleet is confirming that Ian was right about his assessment. We've got our panel of experts chiming in. Thank goodness for you guys.
Yeah,
We'd just be out here, wondering why all these boats are so mad at each other all the time. Yeah, let's get on
red
blue
and
red.
All day here.
Point the bow at it, okay?
Yep.
Andrew Waters says keep the camera zoomed out. Keep it zoomed out as much as possible so that it's steady. If it's too zoomed in, it bobbles too much. So we're going to take that feedback and try to keep it as...
He's a bit of an artist, that Murky Waters. He knows how to frame a shot.
He's familiar with this this body of water too. Ooh, little interesting circling going on by the committee boat. I thought Erica might have been able to get a piece of Nevin there, but oh, yep, she's calling for a protest on him. I thought Nevin kind of put himself in a bad position there.
Down speed and early at the pin, a trend we've seen all regatta.
The chat board's blowing up. I like that everybody's getting involved. Keep giving us tips, guys. It's cool that I can just watch it on my phone here.
I think BC's going to get the pin.
Absolutely. Alex Post and Bettina for Georgetown kind of got spun out there.
Yeah, they're in boat number 1.
Boat number...
Or no.
Ooh, that could have been an over early.
Ooh, that's going to hurt the Hoyas. 2 boats over, 17 and 18, I thought.
No, I think it was 17, 2 turns for pumping.
Oh.
That was a Rule 42 infraction. So Nevin...
Oh, it's on.
It's on.
We are close.
And I don't think we need to be too close to the action. Because I think our view needs to be wide here.
Okay.
So let's let the race come to us, so to speak. Looks like BC is pretty strong in the middle, but Georgetown is strong to the left here.
So every now and then a scan of the pairs would probably be good, going from left to right. Dan could help with that. Who do you like early here, John?
I like BC because they're solid in the middle there and a bit bow out on both pairs in the middle. Georgetown strong to the left and the right, but maybe bow back on both of those. So
and I think they're players in which we've been looking out at a lot. Nevin Snow and Katya.
They're in the 6.
They're in the 6. They've been working their magic often for the Hoyas, but hard to work your magic from the back. How's the view, players at home?
I think it looks pretty good, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, good point. So our producer, Dan, is just pointing out that since we're on the water, we're reliant on like AA batteries to keep this whole thing going. So if the feed goes down, start yelling on the chat board. Lots of capital letters and exclamation points.
We should give shout outs to our interns who, once the course moved, they were on the task to go get these AA batteries. They ran to the campus store, and they only sell AA batteries in twosomes at the campus store. So they bought like 100 packets of AA batteries.
Nice. On the water, doing our thing. A little bit of fight from Stanford there is helping them battle back. Totally unstable combos from both teams right now. And just keep it nice and zoomed out, I guess. Okay. Yep, they can see us, it looks like.
Just watch the jumbos congratulate Roger Williams.
Red flag up there on Navy. Navy in orange is spinning in the back of the fleet, so that gives them a vulnerability to Stanford in green. Maybe can go play 2 here. Stanford in green is looking kind of play 2-ish.
Very strong. They're not in 5-6. Gotta think they're looking out for the 2.
And for the viewers at home, we're going to kind of need to stay roughly in this position in order to keep our wireless, 4G, LTE, whatever it is, thing going. So this is a good spot, though. We're right next to the starting line pin. We have a good view across the race course. Kent has that thing rolling.
Tell us what you think.
Tell us what you think. I think the winner of this race is going to make the Final Four, as far as we know. Looks like a little unbalanced situation for Stanford in green. Stanford needs to firm up this 2-3-4, get that weak boat to the inside so they'll have starboard advantage later. Looks like they're doing that. Stanford in green, looking better. It's a battle. You'll see one of the Yale boats warming up right in front of us right now. Chris Sego doing a little roll tack. That's your regatta winning team right there, as far as we know.
This will be a good race on deck. St. Mary's, a local team going up against Yale.
Ooh, now we have Stanford getting a red flag. So they're spinning a 720 in the back. We are now. We weren't before. We are live. So now we have Navy 145.
You local? Do you live here? You live here? Florida. How far is the furthest Best Buy?
How far is the what?
Furthest Best Buy.
Best Buy is about 15 minutes.
Navy needs to try to convert something at Mark III. We might have a
Try and zip over there.
Yeah, can we just sneak below these boats without going too far?
Just go low.
Yeah, that's the plan, yep. So we're coming down towards Mark III, Navy in orange,
Looks like there's a laying the start. Next start.
Stanford in green. We're just going to reposition slightly below Mark III here.
You can see both St. Mary's and Yale.
Navy with a hard attack, well away from the mark, well outside the zone there.
Everybody's watching this race.
Oh, Navy just really put themselves in a bad position on the outside here.
Green and orange.
Green.
You're right.
Green and orange.
I'm on.
Stanford. Huge.
1-2.
Huge turnaround. Stanford takes charge at Mark III. And Stanford is off the races. We have one Navy boat spinning in the back. The third Stanford boat is keeping it slow back here, so there's really only one Navy boat even in the mix. That's Mary Hall up there in the third. She would be the only one who could threaten this race at this point.
Still got enough internets.
Yeah, it seems like we're interneting still.
Awesome. That was a hectic mark rounding right before all the Stanford and St. Mary's boats came over to watch. That was...
Navy got a little aggressive. They started to hunt really hard, well outside the zone, and overcommitted. Stanford got the advantage. Stanford now with a 1-2-5.
You're gonna have to get off the boat. Okay.
We
Maybe after the start we can...
yeah, this is the last race of the round, so maybe we should just watch this race and then regroup.
Okay.
Because the last race is going to be
How much of a break between this and the first one?
probably a
Significant.
significant break back at the dock.
Half hour?
Maybe, yeah. So orange is Navy, green is Stanford. Stanford with a 1-2-5. The last race of the regatta is
round.
of the round. Correct. Thank you, Nick. The last race of the round is just in the pre-start right now.
Let's watch that. Red and blue on the left. St. Mary's College against Yale. Yale with only one loss. St. Mary's hungry to give them another. We've seen Yale just get off the line very consistently all regatta. It's great that we're going to have this close view, see how they do it, see if the St. Mary's Seahawks can put a stop to it.
The Yale team seems so good at each of their positions. Rarely see them tie each other up or get stacked up in a certain position. From what Becca's been saying, Chris Segerblum down at the pin has been basically unstoppable.
Yale looking solid already here. We got Ian Barros all over Fletcher Sims here at the boat. And Segerblum leading in at the pin, although Wallace gets the late hook.
I think the fans want us to maybe just tighten up the shot slightly, zoom in on the start.
Wallace has a good hold of Segerblum down at the pin, and Barros could be a little early here.
Yeah, he looks early and slow.
Well, Fletcher stops trying for the leeward overlap. 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they're off.
St. Mary's strong to the right, Yale strong to the left.
Sego squirts out immediately from the pin.
He must be running at like 90% winning percentage down at the pin, if not more.
At least.
The boss. Just the boss down there. Here we go. Boat 16 for St. Mary's. their big hope here. They're going to really have to
We'll go
scrap
down.
up this beat.
I don't know if we're... It's frozen on my screen right now. Sorry, Becca, there's too much going on. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on my screen. Are you guys able to see this at home right now? There's about a 10 or 20 second delay, so tell me in 10 seconds.
Yale looks to be running away with another one here.
Sorry, there's too much going on. Okay, yeah, looks like we're still rolling.
Awesome. Unfortunately for those Seahawk fans, you're not liking what you're looking at right now. Yale Eli's just continuing to put on a clinic here.
Yeah, at this point, it's kind of technicality.
But they're still hungry.
So hungry.
They don't want any more blemishes.
Mm-mm.
Dominant.
This unblemished regatta brought to you by Noxzema. Looks like Ian Barrows on the left there for Yale, Graham Landy in the middle, and Sego on the right at this point. Ian Barrows, standout freshman, has been completely unfazed. I think we can now maybe zoom in just a bit tighter. Well, actually, I'm looking on a delayed feed, so just following the action. We can't get up too much further in the course because we might lose our wireless connection thingy. So we got you on the chat board. I see you guys can see us. That's great. Ian Stork, give me an update on who's going to make it in the Final Four officially. Can you just go ahead and check the scores and post that? Give me the official Final Four. Any other notes that you have from home?
It's been great to have some consistent viewers, some loyal viewers. We're seeing people return a couple days in a row through the weekend.
The diehards.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I've seen several comments on here about how nice it is to have this on-the-water feed when you're at work. Makes you feel like you're not at work anymore. So it's a beautiful day on the river, I'll tell you. It's probably high 70s. Winds at, I don't know, around 5 or 6.
Looks like the St. Mary's Seahawks might have a horse in this race.
Who's the
Fletcher up in front.
Okay, with the one, it looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Off the line, I thought that they would be their only hope, and looks like it. Although Yale still got a firm grip on this race with the 2-3-4. But to be honest, we haven't seen them in the 2-3-4 too often. They haven't needed it. They've been running away from the competition, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle having a boat in front of them.
Yeah, they have a really comfortable 2-3-4. The last two St. Mary's boats are pretty deep. So, I mean, St. Mary's should just do whatever they can. We'll watch Fletcher probably at Mark 3 do his best Mark trap.
Put the plug in the drain.
Put the plug in the drain, that's right. It's interesting being here on water level. You really get a feel for the conditions. Pretty much flat water.
Pretty much glorious team race conditions.
It is. It's been an awesome regatta for sailing.
Start to finish.
On the chat board, we're seeing confirmed reports: Yale, St. Mary's, BC, and Stanford. So Stanford really the ultimates in the regatta to get into the Final Four. Georgetown wanted it bad, but couldn't put it together at the last race there. St. Mary's earlier in the regatta was looking like they might challenge Yale for the overall title, but Yale just kept winning. It's like a good sandwich, Nick. Is that a ham sandwich?
Yeah, the food that they've been providing us, I mean, for their volunteers, St. Mary's is really dotted the I's and the lowercase J's, and really taking care of the volunteers and umpires. Awesome undergrads helping out. It's been great.
Now it looks like the first place blue boat there for St. Mary's. Fletcher barely hanging on right now. I think Sego has a piece of him on the inside.
Yeah, they're gobbling him up.
Chase him down. He's just got to stay steady and maybe a last-minute jibe over to starboard to swing the stern open. That might
Sego's
keep
just
him.
charging.
Yeah, Sego does not care. Not impressed.
Not to mention Barrows is going to be all over Fletcher here. Look,
Yeah.
jib reaching.
Yeah, send a little dirty air down to him. Barrow's another one of those floppy hat guys. Is his camo. I think Sego's going to have the inside overlap here.
Fletcher's play here. He's going to go at Barrows here pretty quickly, I think. Once he reels.
He's got Landy on the other side, though. I don't know. Yeah, what is...
Sego has no lefting rights, I got to
Oh,
figure.
here he goes. Yeah, Sego definitely no... Does Fletcher just push it around at this point?
Sego's all over him like something on something.
Fletcher, let's see you flex those muscles. He's got a piece of Ian.
I'm surprised that Ian went for it.
Yeah. Oh, Fletcher, he's got the hunched shoulders of
That was that.
frustration. Barrows speedy over the top.
That was that. I thought he had an opportunity to close the door on him, and
Yeah, I
it
agree.
just was.
Maybe he didn't have the angle, you know? He might not have had the...
Sego was all over him. Didn't let him get any space. And so Fletcher had a tough time to close the door.
Justin Law with a great observation here. So if St. Mary's loses this race, which they're losing it right now, the three teams, St. Mary's, Boston College, and Stanford, are all going to come into the Final Four with the same record. So any one of those teams could be second, third, or fourth. So, you get a plaque for second and third. You don't get a plaque for fourth. So it's a battle for the hardware.
Every place counts. These guys, they got pride.
Most definitely.
They're fighting for their teammates at home.
So Stanford with at least a comfortable 1-2. It'll be a 1-2-3 by the time they get up there. These guys keeping it mad real.
Looks like after this race, we're going to go in for a little bit of downtime, get ready for the Final Four, big regroup, make sure they put the course in the right spot for the best conditions. I wouldn't be surprised if we're back out here. But we're going to be ready for anything.
People like the water. I love the water.
Nice.
Yeah. We seem to be rolling nicely now. Get to see this Yale team in action. The champions have it locked up even before the Final Four begins.
I thought they're supposed to be
Grade A.
Yeah, grade A.
Grade A. I mean, every tack perfect. And then wheels coming out the wazoo.
Yeah, I think Yale, they just seem like they don't waste any motions. They're more efficient. It's a more elegant style of team racing. Their positioning is crisp. They know what to expect from their teammate, and as they say, boat speed makes you look really smart. So when you can just put the pedal down. There was some speculation on the chat board the other day that Yale in the first round had so many races in the Z420s, maybe they had a Z420 advantage, but the Z420s have been de-rigged for almost 2 days now, and Yale has not stopped their winning ways.
And their only loss came in that first day when we had northerly and some humongous wind shifts.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
just challenging day to go undefeated anyway. Watching them sail here in the last 2 days in the southerly, I'm thinking if we had southerly the whole time, maybe they wouldn't have that loss.
Yeah. Their only loss was to Georgetown in the first round.
That's a little feather in the Hoyas cap. At least we beat them. We're the team that beat them once.
That's true. And that Hoyas team, that's young. All the skippers are returning. I believe most of the crews are as well. So Georgetown will be back, but they got knocked out, did not make the Final Four. Stanford taking it out of there. Was it Stanford or was it BC? I forget. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Day 3.
Day 3. It's
Championship Monday.
yeah. I think we should call it the Yale Championship Monday from here on out.
Forever known as.
Props to Yale. Yeah, repeat champions here. Won it last year, winning it again. Winning this race with a 1-2-3 against the St. Mary's.
As tough as it is, Seahawks got to brush this one off and get ready for a Final Four.
Exactly. Second is still to play for here.
So sign off. Tell them we'll be back. Put it on the chat rooms and let's get in.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be back with Final Four action ASAP, so stick around.
Keep that trash talking going on the chat board. Let us know what you want, and we'll try to deliver. It's been fun so far. Stay tuned.
Woo!